Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to start the show. It's Friday. Let's get ready to get it in. Mo, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
What's going on, Frank? How you doing? I almost called you Howie by mistake.
I know Howie. He might make it. He might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me bring in Jason Hayes, filmmaker Jason Hayes. Jay, how you doing, sir?
Hey, what up, fellas?
Good to see you guys. I'm getting ready to start the show out. I'm going to, I'm waiting for Rodney Perry. He's supposed to join us today. If we can,
Oh man, I ain't seen Rodney in a while.
yeah, if he can, he can. It's great. If he can't, it's understood. Now here's the thing. I normally talk about the hot topics in sports and everything else, and I jump into it, as you guys know. I'm going to do the same thing today, except this one topic I really don't know that much about. So I'm gonna bring in white chocolate in a second, but I'm gonna pull you up first, Mo, and I'm gonna talk about this. It's called Hulk Hogan passing away. For those of you who don't know, Hulk Hogan literally was a wrestler. He was in the Wrestling Federation and everything like that. I'm gonna have White Chocolate. Actually, White Chocolate. Let me bring him in here, man. Before I even did. White Chocolate, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, Frank. How you doing? How we doing, guys?
Can you tell everybody out there, since I don't know wrestling that well, can you tell everybody out there who Hulk Hogan was, his impact in the industry? Then I'm gonna ask the fellas, and then I'm gonna excuse you, and I'm gonna ask the fellas what they thought is on Hulk Hogan. Talk about Hulk Hogan first, White Chocolate.
Okay, so Hulk Hogan went into the WWF in the early '80s, and he's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, superstar that they've ever had. He really put them on the map. They had guys like Andre the Giant and some other big guys, but WrestleMania, I forget which one it was, but he actually picked up Andre the Giant, body slammed him. We're talking about a guy that's 500 pounds, 7'5", and picked him up and body slammed him. And I think it was in Detroit, 93,000 people. And that it took off from there. And, his brand, the Hulkamania, with all the Hulkamaniacs, and just people went cuckoo for him. And we're talking about a guy that's a guy that's probably like 6'7" or 6'8", 300 pounds, muscle bound guy that like a lot of those guys are. But his impact, huge. He's I would say him and Stone Cold are probably the top two in wrestling history. And he's the guy that kind of as a kid I watched him. I'm sure you guys did too.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's definitely an icon in the wrestling world. And 71 is young, as we say, so it's just for it to happen all of a sudden out of nowhere, kind of a big loss. But his impact, I mean, think about, I think I mentioned this last week. He was in one of the Rocky movies. I think it was Rocky 3 with Mr. T. And they actually, him and Mr. T, I think, teamed up in one of the WrestleManias against another team. I forget who, Roddy Piper and somebody else. So, I mean, we're talking about cultural, not just wrestling now, that's spilled into, mainstream culture. So his impact is huge, like a lot of other guys are. So I hope that wraps it up for you.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, White Chocolate. Mo, so that brings me up to getting ready. Thanks, White Chocolate. I'm going to put you back out. Mo, that brings me into this question. Hulk Hogan passed away. Some websites considered him one of the greatest athletes of the past century. Do you think Hulk Hogan passing away cementing him as one of the greatest athletes of our generation?
No.
Okay. Please expound.
I'll tell you why. Is he one of the most iconic figures of our generation? Yes. Is he one of the most global recognized individuals of that era? Yes. I mean, Hulk Hogan is world known, international, anywhere in the world, but as far as athletes, no. I mean, other than the leg drop and he picked up Andre the Giant, what else did he do?
Well, you could argue that he opened the door up for people like The Rock and
you know what? And that's part of being an iconic figure. That's part of being that person. Athlete and then individual is, to me, is two different things.
Okay, well, I was going to say is that you could consider him. You could say that he opened up the door for a lot of other people to come into wrestling.
He did. He did. Listen, I remember when I remember when
Mo,
Hulk Hogan first came into wrestling. He was a bad guy.
Okay, but
It was him.
Well, let me finish. I was saying is that you could consider that he opened the door for other wrestlers to come in behind him, and he opened the door for them to break in Hollywood and films and things like that, not just on his athletic prowess. That's what I was trying. My point I was trying to say. Not trying to say which way he was, but anyway, now go ahead.
Now my whole train of thought is gone. I don't know. I was going somewhere. You pulled me out the rabbit hole.
All right. But, well, let me ask Jay. Jay, talk to me, bro. Do you think Hulk Hogan is one of the greatest athletes of the past century to ever get in the sports industry at all? What's your take on him?
In terms of athleticism, no.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. All the hell no's on that.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of being a showman and elevating, performance art, he was one of the best to ever do that. But as you can see, I'm wearing the shirt of the real Hulk.
Uh-huh.
And this is only one of two Hulks that I acknowledge. I acknowledge Hulk, and I acknowledge Hypnotic and Hennessy. That's it. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's the only Hulk I acknowledge. Because once I heard that racist rant like some 15, 20 years ago, bro, I was done with that dude. And then, he on stage, back in this past October, tearing his shirt off for Donald Trump, giving all the things Trump did. Listen, bro, I don't celebrate nobody dying, bro, but I ain't losing no sleep over this cat passing up out of here.
Well, I wanted to touch on that and everything else. Ultimately, I wanted to touch on him passing away because of what he did in sports. You know what I mean? I knew recently, I found out within the last 2 or 3 years, some of the things he said, obviously about black folks, everything else, smeared his whole thing. Because at the time, this is what's crazy about it, Jay. I don't think he realized how huge his black audience was. You know what I mean? Like, I really had no clue. He had a really black audience.
I was a Hulkamaniac, bro.
Yeah, huge. Like, I'm like, dude, you just spun and really spit on half your audience.
More than half, probably more than half.
Yeah, a lot of minorities. He got them really upset. I don't understand that.
He is Terry Bollea to me, bro.
Yeah, I understand. I get it.
He's Terry Bollea. Terry Bollea died yesterday, and I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah. So let's move on and let's talk about this next thing, man. I don't know if you all even heard about this. This is something crazy. 100 NFL players, right? Roughly half of the NFL's 32 teams. Players face fines and a possible suspension for allegedly selling their allotted tickets to this past year's Super Bowl at a little bit higher than face value. They basically were, scalping tickets. I mean, depending on how you want to look at it. And ESPN is doing an investigation. The NFL is doing an investigation, and they come to find out with the NFL's Players Association who the players are, and they're finding a lot of these players because players are now getting the tickets and reselling them, Mo. So I'm tripping off that. What's your take on this, man? Because there's about 100 players are going to get suspended from this. Yeah,
I saw it on the ticker on the bottom, so I was catching it as it kept going, and I didn't really get to hear the story. This is my first time really hearing the full story. I was aware of it though.
Yeah.
Man, wow. And I saw something that said that they don't. It's like if they don't participate in whatever the suspension is, like Goodell could jump in and do something crazy. It's something I don't know exactly what it is.
Well,
man,
Goodell could possibly bring it to the Players Association to ban them. That's some of the talks have been. But right now, it's 100 players facing this suspension, which I thought was wild because the NFL gives you tickets. The opportunity to buy.
No, they got to buy them, bro.
No, they give you the tickets to purchase, and then you can go to because you're an NFL player, you get the first option because we all know, those tickets fly. Once the NFL those tickets are available, they fly to the general public. But they hold tickets for NFL players to be able to purchase them. So these guys are purchasing them and then reselling them, which is insane. So that's why I want to ask you what your thought was on this, Mo.
If they ain't supposed to do it, then they shouldn't have been doing it.
Simple and plain. There it is.
If the rules say don't do it, then you shouldn't have been doing it.
Jay, what's your take on this, bro? Because at the end of the day, man, it's scalping. No matter how you look at it, it's scalping tickets.
Hey, get that bleeper ready. This is bullshit. You hear me? This is bullpen, right? Because, okay, listen. So essentially, you're trying to say that NFL players don't get treated any differently than any other person buying a Super Bowl ticket, right?
Mm.
So you're saying that for all the hits they take, for all of the work they put in, to get into the NFL, to earn that first slot, that's worth nothing, right? So they buy the ticket. What do you care what he do with the ticket after he buy it off of you? You know what I'm saying? It's none of your business. He's a private citizen at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm seeing, it seems like NFL owners are going out of their way to take money back from players right now. Now we ain't touched on this, and maybe we will. Christian Wilkins comes to mind right now.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs comes to mind right now. Like these are dudes who had surgeries in their rehab, and teams are fining them. Okay, Stephon Diggs got fined $500,000 for not coming back to the facility, like check in enough with them. Then Christian Wilkins for the Raiders, they voided $35 million of his guaranteed money because he's not doing a surgery that they want him to do. After he just had a surgery in October.
And they cut him. Right.
Yeah. I mean, they cut him and voided $35 million of guaranteed money.
Yep.
So now this breaks. They want to fine NFL players for selling tickets that they bought. And then because they sold it for 50 cents more, right? Because more is more, no matter what the amount is, correct? And now they want to fine them and suspend them and cost them some more money. Because when you get suspended, they got to do what? Give the money back during the suspension.
Right.
So this seems like they out here doing some bullshit to take money back from the players. Because at the end of the day, listen, I'm pretty sure it ain't just start happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's happened since the onset of the Super Bowl. And now all of a sudden, everybody got to start paying these fines and whatnot. It's just bullshit, bro.
There's one thing that you didn't add, Jay. I'm going to add it to your statement because you made a great statement. NFL players, the 100 NFL players, they didn't say that any of these guys are stars. So, they're working on, they're not making a lot of money. That's number one.
Right.
And the number two thing is Super Bowl tickets cost a grip. They cost a grip. And if you get as a player and you get a couple of these and you can sell them, that could be a year's salary for some of these dudes. You know what I mean? So I don't see what the problem is trying to help them make money because they're not the top tier NFL players who are reselling tickets.
All I know is
team making a little bit of money and they trying to stay on the team and they obviously trying to get trying to make ends meet and everything else. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Mo.
Right. All I know is this. Yeah, y'all are right. It is their property, but if the rules say don't do it, don't get mad when you get caught.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I'm not saying y'all wrong.
I don't know what the rules say.
I'm not listen. I agree with everything y'all saying. I agree with every single thing about it. But if the rules say don't do it, can't get mad when you get caught.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're saying that now. But if the Super Bowl tickets fell in your lap and you made just enough money to live off the year and you had an opportunity to double your salary right there.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I never said I wouldn't do it.
I know.
But I can't get mad if I get caught.
Okay.
So Frank and Mo, check this out, right? I don't want to presume anything. I'm talking about me right now. Let's say you get a speeding ticket, right?
Yep.
And you go to the website to pay your ticket. And they give you multiple options of paying the ticket. Now you can write a check and mail it in. You just pay the flat amount, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to use a credit card, it's a what attached to that?
A fee.
There's a fee on the credit card, to pay for that ticket or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So to me, that's them going through to get the ticket for you, and you paying the fee for them to get the ticket above what it was because it cost them time and effort to go and get it.
That's a perfect analogy. I can't even dub that. Perfect analogy. All right, let's move on.
I hear you. I agree with you.
All right.
Still.
Some rules are bullshit, Mo.
Yeah. Can't get caught.
We gotta fight it, dog. We gotta fight it.
All right.
Get rid of this
I'm
bullshit.
down with the fight and everything. You still can't get mad if you. Let me tell you something. When you signed the contract to say I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson, and in your mind you think you can win, and he knocked you out, can't get mad that he knocked you out. You agreed to this shit. You knew what was gonna happen in the end. You knew what the end result may be.
You can't sue him for a new liver.
So, and the next story is going to probably raise pulses too, man. So, I don't know if y'all heard this story either, but the Venezuelan baseball team of minors, they were denied visas into the United States and will miss this year's Senior Baseball World Series. The Little League International said Friday. The team is called the Caquin Mara team from Maracaibo, Venezuela. They were scheduled to participate in the tournament after winning the Latin American Championship in Mexico. It's just really terrible because, as we all know, teams come from all over the world to participate in this, and they're supposed to have the best team. Like, I read a couple of articles on this. They were supposed to have the best team heading into these championship series. They got denied visas by guess who?
You know who?
Guess who? Guess who, Mo? Guess who they got denied visas by? Entering the United States to play Little League baseball and had an opportunity, a great opportunity to win because a lot of people say they were the favorites. What's your take on this, man, Mo?
Man, listen. They run up in Dodger Stadium during a baseball game. Why are we surprised? Why are we even surprised? They doing anything they can to try to listen. And you know, it's a sad thing because it's kids, and the kids are innocent. They don't all they understand is baseball, man. Probably if I lived in another country and then to win the world championship of my country and then to go to America and play against other kids from all over the world and they don't even understand why they can't go. That's the sad part. They just sit back like, why we can't go play? I don't even know how you explain that to a kid. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either, but I know this: when you normally see teams like Venezuela going against Korea, Japan.
Yeah, I was thinking about that because Japan, Korea, those are some high-powered Little League teams. Venezuela is usually always in the run. If I don't watch a lot of Little League batting baseball.
They've been in the run with Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but I don't watch a lot of Little League baseball, but you get to hear, you caught up into it if you watch sports, because they're going to show you the ticker of what's going on. They dedicate a whole whatever channel just
it says world on the ticker.
Yeah. So you see it, and I know Venezuela, they ain't no slouches.
Nah, these kids are good. These kids are good and have been good for decades. That's the worst part about this, Jay. These kids.
But I would be mad. I'm going to say this, though. If I was the other teams, I would be mad because then it doesn't allow me the chance to go up against the best. And that's what I trained for. And that would be my fight from another team perspective as an athlete.
I lost my train of thought. I was saying is that crazy about this, Jay, is that you got teams coming from all over the world. This is the first time a Venezuelan team has been in. I know White Talk could probably check on me. I don't even know how many years it's been, but it's been decades, bro. I don't think this has ever happened. It's since the implementation of the Little League World Series being created around the world. I don't think this has ever happened. How do you basically cope? Jay, what do you say? What do you do?
Well, here's what I think should happen. No matter who wins it, it has to be an asterisk.
Right.
It has to be an asterisk behind whoever ultimately wins it, because you let the team that won the Latin American Championship not participate because of some orange racist and his bald-headed ass Stephen Miller sycophant. No, bro. So first off, it has to be an asterisk. The second thought came to mind was, doom. It's going to be a 30 for 30, 6 years from now on ESPN.
Maybe 3. Right.
We're going to be talking about it. The what could have been. You know what I'm saying? And how this orange clown stopped kids from playing a kid sport because he's just so petty and evil and rotten to his core. Only an evil person would do that, bro.
And as White Chocolate said, matter of fact, White Chocolate, read it the statement real fast.
All right. So, long story short, Trump imposed a travel ban on Venezuela in June, and it doesn't involve a complete ban, but it says that the restrictions are necessary for national security. That just cuts to the chase. So that's why they were denied. And as far as a team ever been denied previously, I found that 2011, the first Africa team to qualify for the Little League World Series was a team from Uganda, and they were unable to attend due to visa denials related to discrepancies over the players' ages. So that has happened once before, at least.
Okay, but that time it happened because of players' ages, and people
Correct.
back then have been known to faking birth certificates to compete. That you can understand. But for us as a United States country, denying kids to come in the country for national security, ain't no 11 or 13-year-old going to do something that's even remotely against national security.
I agree with you guys, 100%. This is just.
What they gonna put? They gonna put kilos in the baseball bats?
Should be making an exception for this.
Yeah, they really should. You know what, Chocolate? Stay. You might as well just stay in the game. I'm tired of pulling you back in and out. All right, so Mo, it's your turn up, man. I'm leaving you up here, White Chocolate, for a simple fact, because I'm going to the next thing. The NHL is barring 5 players who are acquitted of sexual assault from re-entering the NHL, and it was announced today. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubois, Carl Fieto, Alex Fermenton, and Carter Hart, they were found not guilty of sexual assault and charges on Thursday. The charges dated back to an incident in 2018 when the players were in London for a gala and golf tournament in honor of their championship winners, the Port of Canada's World Junior Hockey Team. A woman known as EM in the trial alleged that the players sexually assaulted her over several hours in a hotel room after the event. But the judge's name is Maria Caraco, found that the prosecution has not proven the charges beyond a reasonable doubt, and the NHL said, so what? It sounded ugly. We're not letting you back in the NHL. The crazy part about this, I read on 2 boards that the players supposedly ran a train on this young lady. And at the time, the player said that she was willing. And the NHL is not liking the press that is coming out from this. So I can see both sides of this. You know what I mean? It's he said versus she said, definitely. But it's horrible about if it's a train type of thing situation and it's a woman. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good, Mo. What's your take on this, Mo? How are you looking at this?
Whew, this is my first time hearing this. Man, that's a whole lot of speculation, accusations.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I mean that's a whole. I don't even know which way to judge this. I don't even know which way I'm not even gonna say judge. I don't want to have to. I wouldn't have to be the person to judge it.
Right.
Man, listen. I hope whoever's wrong need to get their ass whooped. If it's a woman and she just lying, or if the men they did something wrong, and if it's the NHL they wrong for it, whoever's wrong need their butt whooped. It's a whole lot going on, and I don't understand it, man.
Okay, well, I read a couple of things in this, Jay, and every article I read, I could say there was 3 different things in all 3 different articles, because reporters sit in the courtroom and then they write down the stuff and everything else. There was nothing consistent. Even her testimony wasn't 100% consistent. So these are the facts. The facts are NHL players, they had some kind of sexual relationships with this young lady, and it seemed like they had it at the same time. They were not found guilty. So in your opinion, should they be allowed to go back into the league, or is the league doing a good and right thing by not allowing it because of the optics of what it looks like, Jay?
Fuck no, they not doing the right thing by not letting them in, bro. Listen, it's one thing if they are accused and nothing happens and it just sits in this nebulous place where I don't know what really happened. Nobody really knows. They went to court. And once you go through the judicial system and it gets adjudicated and they find that you didn't do what she said that you did, that's the end of it, bro. Now, for you to say, oh, no, you still can't come back, even though you just had a whole trial and you were found innocent, what world are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. They went to court. They were acquitted, which means that they didn't do it. What are the optics on that? Other than they some freaking mugs. You know what I'm saying? You know, in that getting off, you know, with each other or whatever, you know, one chick. That's wild to me. But for them to go through the process and you still punish them, you know, when they got let go, nah, man, that's a bad precedent. We can't start that.
Well, on the flip side, White Chocolate, on the flip side of this, you could say the optics look really bad because it's 5 men on 1 woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really could. I know I could create a good argument on that alone. How do you think the NHL is going to have this, you know, just how does it look optically from the NHL side of view, and how does it look as a player? Like, you're a fan of the NHL. How's it look? How are you looking at this right now? Now that you know, I don't even know if you knew about the story before, but now that you know,
I kind of vaguely remember the story from before. Let me just say 2 things. One, I do believe that what Jay is saying is correct. I mean, they went to court, they were acquitted because they couldn't actually prove the whole thing. But the flip side of that is the reason the NHL is not letting them back in is the same. You know, it's the same. It's bad publicity for them. Social media, and sometimes the fans of the teams that they let the players back in will cause an uproar. And Frank, I'll just use the Bruins when they grabbed that kid that abused the disabled, the black child, the kid there, right? You know, the Bruins tried to sign him and slip him through, and everybody around Boston was just like, nope, you can't have this. Even if he was found innocent in the court, they were just like, we don't want this. Yeah, we don't want this stain on the team. We don't want bad publicity. The league. Right. I mean, think about the press and the things that the league are going to have to face. And it doesn't make it right, but that's the world we live in now. Social media has made it so that you're automatically guilty until proven innocent. And even if you went to court and you were found innocent, I mean, put it this way, most criminals, when you go for a job, it's on every application. Do you have a criminal record? And you could say yes and say, look, I got off. I served 5 years in prison, and now, you know, I'm clean and I'm ready to go to work. And they're supposed to allow you to go back to work. That kind of makes Jay's argument, right? So that's the world we live in. These guys were found innocent. So, I mean, I think they should be allowed to go back to work, but the optics just looks too bad for them to do that. If the Bruins tried to sign one of these guys, everybody around here will go nuts.
Well, let me just, I'm going to close it with this. I'm going to say this. The thing that comes to my mind is the pitcher for the Dodgers who pitched, what was it, last year? We were talking about this on Box Seats.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer.
He got found to be not guilty, and the chick was busted lying. You know what I mean? So,
and he's still not signed.
And he's still, that's what I was getting. He's still not signed. He's not playing nowhere. No team still wants to touch him because of this incident. And he lost millions of dollars behind this. Millions. Like, it's estimated the NHL, I mean, the Major League Baseball at the time estimated that he lost $35 million. You know what I mean? On that. So,
and these guys are going to do the same. They're going to lose money because they're not.
They've already lost money. They've been out since 2018. They've lost millions of dollars. Some of these guys are supposed to be playing for some of the Olympic teams and everything else. They lost a lot of money. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. And I understand Jay's point 100%. I understand what the NHL is trying to say. But at the end of the day, somebody got to do something here. You know what I mean? Because this is ridiculous.
You got to push back, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is cowardice. You know, this is Paramount giving Donald Trump $16 million because they want to close a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You cannot be a slave to public opinion.
Right.
Because it's a lot of idiots out there, bro. And they just looking, I mean, every day they wake up looking for something to be outraged about. At some point, people got to be the adults in the room and say, listen, I hear you, but I don't give a damn what you're talking about. These people went to court. They were adjudicated. We live under a nation, you know, of laws and rules, and they fell within that. If you don't like it, hey, it was great having you, but we're not going to be unjustly costing people careers because you're unhappy and you don't like a result that you can't live with.
That's where the players union should be supporting them, and you could have a strike and say, hey, look, we're not going to play until these guys are reinstated.
Yeah, but
it'll be easier now for sure.
But then you're going down Pandora's box because you got a sitting U.S. president who is basically convicted of a criminal act who's sitting there right now. So
for 34 felonies.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he's sitting there as the acting president. So it's a
and we're still waiting for the files to be opened.
My point of saying is that You got one thing on this side, you got nothing on this side. We got to all be on one side. You know what I mean? We got to all be. You can't have the U.S. president sitting there with 34 felonies sitting there and still acting as your United States president, and he's doing that. And then you got hockey players, right, who got acquitted, and they're sitting here and they got found not guilty, and they're not playing. So
listen. It's a president, right? It's a president. Let's be clear. He has 34 felony convictions, and he's a 2-time adjudicated sexual assaulter.
Yep.
He had to give E. Jean Carroll something $90 million, right?
Yep.
And on top of that, he's in a file for being a pedophile.
Yep.
For touching little girls on top of that.
Yep.
And they're not outraged by him. That's why I say the same people screaming about these dudes are the same people supporting him. You got to tell them to sit their ass down somewhere and shut the hell up.
Yeah. So you make my point eloquently. That's exactly my point I'm trying to make. So let's continue on, move this show on, man, because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to cover today. I got to that. And the next thing I wanted to get into was the thing we talked about. I don't know if you guys heard this. We talked about this a little bit earlier this week. We were talking about the criminal investigation when we had the NFLPA president. He ended up resigning before everything hit the fan. Well, come to find out, the NFL Players Association now has a criminal investigation into the finances of them, including potential misuse of funds and self-enrichment by other union officials, has come to light today. So with that being said, Mo, there's going to be criminals investigation going to fall into this over the weekend, and come Monday, the FBI might get involved on the NFL as people are spending money from the NFL Players Union. I mean, what world are we living in, right? I'm tripping, Mo. Talk to me. What's your thought?
Man, it's just another scam. That ain't nothing. I mean, listen, people been taking money from people with money for years. It's just listen. I don't know. Listen. Can't get mad if you get caught.
Okay.
You took the money and you was enjoying it and spending it, and if you get caught, can't get mad if you get caught. People have been stealing money for a long time. It's just on a larger scale now.
You know what the funny thing is I think that they literally thought it was okay for them to take money because the head of the players union was taking money. He was spending money other ways and writing it off as other things. You remember when we said, we literally had this conversation at the beginning of the week or end of last week. We were talking about the players president union was talking about how he wanted to resign before everything came to light, and it came to light within 6 hours that he was writing checks at I think it was a strip club.
Strip club, yeah, that's right. He was trying to get them single on stop in Magic City.
And now guess what happened? Now come to find out, other people in the same union, Jay, were literally spending money where they shouldn't be spending money also. So it wasn't just him. It's now looked like it's going everywhere else too. What's your thought on this, Jay? How you feeling about this?
I mean, I don't doubt that some of that took place, but what was the word that I brought up, class? Subterfuge.
Yep.
It just feels like subterfuge to me. You know, it feels like, let's throw all this other stuff out there. They were taking money. I mean, he took $12 and bought a chicken plate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Meanwhile, they're never going to talk about the dude who was the NFL players union head,
president,
tasked to work for the players in the Players Association, was a former consultant for the NFL. You know what I'm saying? To me, that is the most scandalous aspect of any of this, and nobody's talking about that, and they just keep digging up other stuff to be talked about instead of the main thing that's going on with that.
100%. White Chalk, what's your take on this?
Well, listen, he's supposed to be working for the players, not himself, like that. I mean, that the players should be pissed off. If I was in the union and I found out that my guy that's supposed to be representing me is pilfering money off the top and going to strip clubs and whatever, and there's other people under him that all think it's okay to do the same thing. I mean, we have jobs. If I try to pilfer money off where I work, I'm fired. I mean, so listen, just what Mo said. Don't get caught. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean,
stupid is mad if you can't get mad if you get caught.
Listen, people think they're going to try to cheat the system. I mean, we have countless big businesses, with these CEOs, and you have people underneath them that are like trying to scam money, and they try to steal money, embezzlement, right? That's the word I was looking for. How many companies do you see in the news where somebody was embezzling like $2 million or this and that? That's what this sounds like. So players union, the players should all be pissed off and look for a new union guy.
All right, let's move this on. I want to get this last story in before I jump into the top 5. Man, Shedeur Sanders has not moved up in the play in the obviously in the player ranking. Which the crazy part is, up until this morning, he still is the 4th man on the roster. Even though reports came out earlier that he was getting them, there. He's still behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and rookie Dylan Gabriel right now. And he's still under limited practice reps. Some of the players are talking about this to the radio stations and stuff like that, which is the reason how I found out the story. What's your take on this, Mo, with Shedeur still in for? Like, do you think he's not that good now? Because now he's in the pros.
Man, when it comes to him, you just don't know what he could be good, and he just might be just don't want to do nothing, or just I feel bad for him. That's if he's good or not. I just feel bad because the way he did. We got a 5 coming up talking about last names. Sometimes the worst last name could be a famous last name.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I'm putting it.
I agree with that one. Jay, what's your take on that?
Hey, it's real easy to say that going into training camp, right? I mean, they're saying going into training camp, he's number 4. When he goes into training camp and he gets to play and he gets them minutes and and he looks good, if he goes out and he goes 7 for 9, 8 for 10, in the preseason, I don't give a damn what you say, bro. You ain't gonna say, are you gonna believe me or your lying ass eyes? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what you're looking at. And everybody's saying, and I've seen a lot of Browns players say this, like on other podcasts, say that he was the best dude in the facility.
I saw that too.
So the fact that like he's buried at number 4, I'm gonna say that's going into training camp, the lower expectations or whatever. But my guess is either Flacco or Kenny Pickett's getting cut.
Okay.
Either one of those are going to be up out of there because you don't need to keep 2 of those dudes. You don't need 2 of them because the rookie contracts are less anyway. So just go ahead, make Pickett your starter to start the season, or make Joe Flacco your starter to start this season. Either way, about week 7, 8, Shedeur taking over. It ain't gonna matter.
White Chocolate, you want in on this?
Yeah, listen. A famous 6th-round pick was the 4th quarterback on the Patriots his first year as a rookie.
Number 199.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So everybody's getting upset already that he's 4th in the reps. But my guess is that Joe Flacco, if he was already a Cleveland Brown, already knows the system, he doesn't need a lot of reps. So when more training camp comes along and they start the exhibition games, Shedeur Sanders should be getting more reps, and I agree with Jay. If he's 7 for 9 and you have the eyeball test, and if he's 4 of 11, then whatever it is, you got to give the guy reps. And otherwise, why did you bother taking him with the pick? I mean, I would not be. I know there's a lot of speculation they're not going to keep 4 guys, but if they got rid of him and tried to put him on the practice squad or put him in a scrap heap, shame on them. That's stupid.
Okay, let's move on. Mo. Right, time for the top 5, man. Get your notebook out. Let's get ready to pop this, man. We got some time in here, man. Let's get ready to start this out with something that's going to lighten the mood with the top 5 worst names ever for an athlete. And I saw this, man. I saw something that Jay sent over. I thought I was like, you know what? That's not a bad question at all. Because there's a lot of horrible names.
An athlete should for sure not have them.
You're right.
Number 5, Butkus. Remember, his first name is just his word.
His first name is Dick.
Dick Butkus. I don't care what you say. That is a terrible. I mean, listen. Here come old butt kissing Butkus. When he was a kid, I know somebody said that to him.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all say. Iguodala is a horrible last name. That right there, Iguodala. Oh, no, I just don't know. It sounds like a reptile or something. And today in the Iguodala family, we seen the eggs hatching from the mother. I don't know. It don't sound right to me. Y'all might think I'm wrong, but I want to. The last thing, Curry, Steph Curry, to me sounds like something you would order at a French restaurant. We have a nice red wine for entree. We have a sweet Steph Curry for you on sauteed and onions. It sounds like some shit you order at a restaurant. I only could pick 3. I couldn't think of nobody else. That's it. That's mine.
Okay, well, Google is your friend, Bo. Google is your
I
friend.
know, man, but I try to be authentic.
Okay, Jay, give me your list.
I mean, I picked the top 5 worst last names that any athlete should never have.
Right.
Now, it's not necessarily an athlete that has it. It's just like they should never have this last name. Number 5 for me is bitch. B-I-C-H. This surname is prevalent in Vietnam, right? Mm-hmm. You cannot have your last name bitch and you play any sport, okay? Number 4 is penis breath. That's a real last name, bro. And they claim that it's a common last name in Australia and the United States. Now, I can assure you that in the United States, nobody with that last name is anywhere near black people, bro, because ain't no way they didn't grow up fighting their whole life. Number 3, Cobble Dick. Cobble Dick is an Anglo-Saxon name, that's linked to people, where they cobbled whatever, and it's still Lincolnshire. In England. And
terrible.
With Cobble Dick in the United States, I'm pretty sure that C got changed into a G, bro. Number 2, I'm gonna go. This is more for the WNBA, they shouldn't have this last name. It's called Liquor. L-I-C-K-E-R. No WNBA players should have Liquor as a last name. I'm just saying. Too on brand. And number 1 is farts. F-A-A-R-T-Z. Farts. The meaning of the name, it means it conjures openness, and it's from the German nomadic. But I can hear it now, man. I mean, it's pure comedy. Farts cuts through the lane. Patriot running back farts cuts through the hole.
Hey, why you gotta be a Patriot?
because anybody with the last name farts, he's a white boy. And only Patriots gonna start a right running back.
That's not true. They have Ramondre Stevenson.
Only the Patriots will start a white running back.
Not true.
And here we go with the other one.
Not true. Mike Allstott, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Now, I can hear him now. Farts is at the plate. And he rips it into left field. The arena is stunned by farts. No athlete has had that much fun, baby. No way.
Jess, who was the name of the guy you said the link to when he was talking to Howard Stern?
His name is Grady Dick.
That had me crying.
They said Dick goes into the hole.
I saw that. That's funny.
Dick is making it hard. Oh my God, bro. We could go all day with these.
Yeah, you really could. All right, so let's move on to
hold on, Frank. I got 5.
Oh, you got 5?
Yeah, let's hear them.
Let's hear them. Okay.
This was the easiest one for me out of all the topics. So most of these are baseball players. There's a baseball player. His name was Rusty Kuntz, Kuntz. Mm-hmm. You can pronounce that whatever way you want, but that's his name. JJ Putz, Putz. He was a pitcher.
God, no.
Putz throws a strike. Putz gives up a home run. You Putz.
Right. That's the Yiddish. You're a putz.
Coco Crisp was on the Red Sox.
Oh yeah, he was the Red Sox. I remember that. Yeah.
I have to say this other baseball player, hockey player Ron Tugnut. Ron Tugnut.
Oh no.
Tugnut. Yes, Tugnut. And the last one, this guy currently pitches for the Red Sox. His name is Richard Fitz. Dick Fitz.
The only make it worse when they was Fist-ing.
That's it. That's my 5, Frank. Thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, God.
That's funny.
Oh, thank you for making me cry today. I appreciate
Tugnut
that.
Fitz.
Tugnut Fitz. Okay, are you ready, Mo? Let me see. Where am I at? Where am I at? The top 5 reasons Jets fans have ready if Justin Fields is not successful this season. And I had that ready because why? Because Justin Fields got hurt yesterday. He came back quick, but yeah.
He had a toe injury, right?
Yep.
Dislocated toe.
Number 5. I never liked them anyway. I don't even know why they picked them up. They should just never signed him. I never liked him anyway. He wasn't shit in Chicago. He wasn't gonna be done here.
Yeah, that's why.
Why are we picking him up?
They need their own stadium. They need to get out of Giant Stadium and then they'll start winning. As long as they stay in Giant Stadium, they'll never win a game. The Jet fans have been saying that forever since they left Shea Stadium. They even thought about putting one on West Side Highway at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't want to pay for it.
I think they couldn't. I think it was like logistically, it was like it would have been too much of havoc over the stadium on West Side Highway.
Keep going.
It would have worked.
Keep going more time.
Anyway, it's his first year.
Mm-hmm.
He just got here. What y'all expect?
Mm-hmm.
He just got here.
Okay.
It's a new offense.
Yeah.
The offense is new. He had to learn the offense. Very few quarterbacks get to step in to a new offense and win the Super Bowl. We ain't never gonna be shit.
That's the truth, though.
It's true. That's exactly what they're gonna say.
That's the truth.
We ain't never gonna be shit. And that's it.
Jay, give me a 5.
Number 5. The Chicago Bears ruined him, messed up his confidence.
Yeah.
So now he over here. So now he trying to recover. Number 4. Some key player went down, and because he didn't have everybody available to him, how can you expect him to win? He was shorthanded. Number 3. The lights was too bright in New York City. He couldn't handle the pressure.
That's a good one.
He couldn't handle everything that was going on with it. Number 2, the O-line was terrible. No quarterback, could thrive on that. Look at what Aaron Rodgers did when he was here. He didn't do nothing either.
Yeah.
Right? Number 1, it's the Jets. We ruin every quarterback.
I like that. White Chocolate, you want to jump in these 5? You got 5?
I only have 1.
Okay, go ahead.
They're going to be this close to making the playoffs, and he's going to be running for a game-winning touchdown, but he's going to miss it by a toe because it's dislocated.
Oh, They're
going to miss the playoffs by a toe because it's dislocated. They're going to be all over him for it.
That was almost as good as your Dick Fitz.
That's a bad injury, though, man. I sprained my big toe one time, bro.
No, that's horrible.
As a basketball player, man, I couldn't even walk, man. It was terrible.
It's horrible.
Listen, it's a joke, right? I'm not. I feel bad for him. Believe me. You don't want to see guys getting hurt. Believe me.
Okay, Mo, you ready for this? The next one, the QB, wide receiver, tight end, defensive and coach you hate the most in the NFL, and why?
Number 5, QB, Aaron Rodgers. Not as number 1. First of all, he only got 1 chip, and he the way he be sissy strutting around the NFL, trying to act like he all that. on these hiatus and all this cryptic message stuff. And I just don't like the way he be carrying it, man. And, waiting till the last minute to show up and he ain't producing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All this, and you don't even, 1 year you didn't even play. You got hurt 3 plays or something like that into the season. Man, come on. Number 4 for 1 year. 1 year. It was only 1 year. If I ever meet him, I'm going to tell him to his face. Only 1 year I hated Randy Moss.
Okay.
Play for the Patriots. Yeah.
Damn right. Tight end. You see where I'm going with this. Rob Gronkowski. Could stand his big ass spiking the ball because he always caught the shit. Number 2, Richard Seymour. Defensive end, Richard Seymour. I couldn't stand his ass either. Still don't like him. I ain't scared of him.
Can y'all tell he live in Boston?
Yes.
And number 1, I know you ain't surprised, Bill Belichick. But he was supposed to be the Jets coach. And he waited until the last minute and he reneged and took his happy behind up to New England talking about the Patriot way. Because before that, it was the Giants way.
It was. Okay, Jay, give me your QB, wide receiver, tight end, defensive end, and coach you hate the most in the NFL and why.
I'm going to start with coach.
Okay.
Please have to start with the coach.
I'm going to start with coach, man. Sean Payton, man. He seems to be a real dick to me. Like the way he came into Denver and the disrespect, that he was giving Russell Wilson, like in the media, just the way he was treating him. I mean, that's disrespect, bro. Listen, Russell don't do nothing, man, except mind his business, go to work, and do what Sierra tell him. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta mess with that man like that in public? You know what I'm saying? Number 4, I'm gonna go with tight end. Mm-hmm. Any tight end with a blue star on side his helmet, I hate him. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go defensive end. Any defensive end with a blue star on side of his helmet, and he receives checks from Jerry Jones, I hate him.
You see where he's going with this?
Right? QB. Any QB with a blue star and a silver helmet on his head,
see where he's going?
I hate him. Right? Wide receiver. Any wide receiver with a blue star on his helmet, I hate him. I don't care if it's George Pickens, Slim Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Baby Lamb, Mary's Little Lamb. I hate him.
Okay. All right. That's his. White Chalky, you want to jump in on this?
I got some. Okay. Patrick Mahomes. Don't like him. Hate is gonna hate because he wins. That's frustrating. So don't like him.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's 2 reasons. One is the winning, and the other one is his girlfriend. I'm not going to get into that, but don't like him. Terrell Owens, guy, just his attitude, I couldn't stand it. Stomping on the star and all, bring your popcorn and all this other crap. The diva wide receivers drive me crazy, Frank. You know this when we talk on our show. Defensive end, Ndamukong Suh, dirty, cheap, good player. But the cheap stuff that he used to do was unnecessary, so didn't like that. And I have coach, and I actually have owner, and I'm going to do coach first. Mike McDaniels, or whatever the hell his name is in Miami. That dude looks like he has Urkel written all over him. Did I do that? Mm-hmm. And he has this new the GM for the Red Sox. The last 2 we've had have this like robotic. Just look to them, so I don't like him. And to expound on Jay, the owner that I hate the most has players that wear blue stars on their helmets. I can't stand Jerry Jones. He's awful. So I just had to throw that in there. Thank you.
Okay. And Mike McDaniel does look like a crooked youth minister. You know what I'm saying?
He looks like a pedophile, don't he? He's
like a crooked youth minister, dog.
Yeah. He do, but you got to give it to him. In the first couple of years in the league, he was doing his thing.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, first couple years. I don't know what happened the last 2 years, but the first 2 years, he made Tua look like he was about to be an MVP for the first 2 years.
Well, concussions derailed that.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, concussions. The way his play call and everything else. Do you know Bill Belichick never beat him? Yeah, he never beat him. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, he beat a lot of people later on.
He's the only coach. He's the only coach who ever coached in the NFL who Bill Belichick never beat.
He didn't beat he didn't beat his boy either, who was a coach before McDaniel.
Who?
The dude who coached the black dude from Brooklyn.
Who came from New England. Well, I didn't really count that because he
never beat him either.
Yeah, but he was only there for a season and a half. So.
Brian Flores.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
He played him 4 times. He lost every time.
Well, he didn't beat McDaniels either. The coach.
He never beat Flores.
That's what I said. He didn't beat McDaniels. That's what we're talking about. He didn't beat McDaniels. But I didn't think of Brian Flores because Brian Flores is not an existing coach now. He's a defensive coordinator. I was just thinking about coaches who are coaching now. So
I meant Josh McDaniels.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Didn't beat him either.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't beat
him. All of his former assistants are serving him up.
Because they know how he thinks. Yep, they sure are. They know how he thinks.
Didn't beat Mike Vrabel either, I don't think.
He did once. He did.
Oh, they did? All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. And Vrabel has his job now.
We're getting ready to go into the weekend. I want to ask you guys, what are we looking at doing into the weekend? We got time right now. Mo, what you looking at, thinking about getting into this weekend, and what your weekend look like, and tell everybody how they can follow you.
Yo, I'm going to a rooftop party on State Street on top of a dispensary called Apex Noir. You know what I'm saying? Owned by former congressman and whatnot, Tito Jackson. I'm going up there to hang out, and I can't wait. I've seen it before he opened it, and I never had a chance to get there. So me and some folks, you know what I'm saying, we got together. We're like, yo, let's go down there and hang out. So, hey, man, I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I'm taking my behind to sleep soon. This thing is off. I'm tired as heck.
How can you follow you, bro?
MOE_comic on Instagram, y'all.
All right, there it is. Have a good weekend, Mo. Jay, what you getting into this week? What's going on for the weekend? And tell everybody how they can follow you.
Well, I got to rest up, man, because I'm going to be in Atlanta next week, packing up my daughter's apartment. So this weekend, I'm looking at just relaxing a little bit. I'm probably going to go to Franklin Avenue because like a couple times a month, they shut down the street. And it's just vendors out selling their wares in the street. No cars are allowed to come through on that Saturday. So I'm definitely going to do that, grab a little something and just try to relax as much as possible because I hate flying and I hate having to like clean up apartments and package and ship stuff. And that's what my week is looking like next week. So relax. You can follow me at JD Hayes at Fanbase. I'm over that.
I feel for you, Jay, because I hate that.
Yeah, man. It's going to be rough, man, but I get through it.
Yep, you get through it. White chocolate.
All right, as the resident redneck on the show, the child support mobile is going out tomorrow. And we're going to a car show tomorrow, so that's what I'm looking forward to. And you can follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube.
I got to admit, being the resident redneck, you do give a balance to us. You know what I mean? If my man Jay is so far to the right,
left,
White so far.
I'm not right.
I like to get balance and stuff.
I'm not right.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
On the left side, on the left.
You're on the left, he on the right. Regardless, you guys are on two opposite ends of the spectrum, and I like it because it gives balance to the show. So one way, I like that. You guys have a good weekend. I'm getting ready to jump in myself. I got a huge weekend. There's the Puerto Rican festival's going off this weekend. Church having a cookout this weekend that I'm being dragged to. I gotta go. Got to represent.
Hey, no
also,
choice.
Yeah, you listen. My wife's a minister there. I ain't got no choice. They're like, it's gonna be from noon to 4, which means I'll probably be there from 11 to 6. Then after that, I'm hooking up with a couple of my friends who are coming in town for the weekend. I haven't seen them in a long time, so I'm looking forward to the weekend myself. But regardless, you all have a safe weekend. Because one thing I learned this week, man, tomorrow is not promised. You know what I mean? You can't, be careful, be safe. I saw a car accident up right off my street last night. This kid got killed, man. It's horrible. The thing about it is just made me think, man, tomorrow is not promised. You don't know if this morning is going to be your last morning. So please be safe, you all. I'll see you, everybody. Thank you all for watching. You guys, gentlemen, be safe. I'll see you guys Monday, God willing. Thank you guys for watching.
Peace.
Name is Those Box Seats. We'll see y'all Monday. Peace.